All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am your host, Tonya TKO. And as you know, for the entire month of October, every year, I make a video in costume. Why? Because I feel like after we become adults, we don't, like, we have, you know, when we're young, we're like, I can't wait to be an adult. I can't wait to be an adult. But then when we become an adult with all of the privileges and latitude that we have as adults, we don't take advantage of all of the fun that we could be having. So every October, I dress up for the whole month. Why not? Why not? So today we're going to be doing a blind reaction to the young lady who was taken to the Cheesecake Factory and she refused to get out of the car. And so I haven't seen the video yet. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, welcome back, everybody. I am just going live impromptu because I wanted to react to this video. There's another video I want to react to as well, but we'll see if we have enough time to do another video tonight. But welcome, welcome, welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm your host, Tonya TKO. We have one in the house. Vanna, thank you so much for sending this video to me. You sent me two files. What's the difference between the two? Because I haven't watched either. I'm gonna watch them live, and I just want to know which one is the better one, the first one that you sent or the second. Thank you, Mrs. W. Wow, it's been so long since I've seen your name. Where have you been? You've been missing in action. Did work change? Is everything okay with the family? I decided to go for a smoky eye for this second video. I didn't do it very carefully. I just put some black over the makeup I had on earlier. I'm waiting for the text to go out. That's why we're just kind of chilling here until the text goes out, and then we'll go from there. Listen, if you're on the text notification squad, the telecoms have changed the rules. So the only way to get the text is if you use your phone's actual number and you have a regular, oh, there it is. It just went out. And you have a regular phone, not a prepaid or voice over IP or anything like that. So if this is a problem for you, please contact me so that I can take care of your subscription. Oh, all right. You know what? The text just went out, but Vanna, I'm waiting for you to tell me. Just saw it. A lot of videos are staged, but I don't know about this one. Well, you know what? We'll watch it and see. We'll watch it and see. I mean, you're right. A lot of these are staged. So we'll see what this one is all about. Hey, Tech Squad is in the building. Life just does not slow down, does it? It just does not slow down. All right. So this is the video we're reacting to right here. And we shall see what this is all about. Oh man. On the video that I did earlier, I see that there are women who are attacking the woman who was slurping down the oysters. And that is not why I did the video. And it is unacceptable for us to be sitting up here trying to attack that young lady, because it's a teachable lesson for your life, not for you to try to bash what's going on in hers. All right, so let's go ahead and get live on all of these platforms. What's going on? I don't hear that. What's happening? Oh, I hear that now. All right, so if you're ready, I'm ready. We are live on Twitch. We're live on Twitter. We're live on Facebook. We're live on LinkedIn. And of course, we are live on YouTube, which is the main platform. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. I am your host, Tonya TKO. I am a self-love specialist from TonyaTKO.com. On this channel, I help women love themselves after they've been hurt, minimized, or traumatized through relationship trauma, right? So that's what we do on this channel. And so typically we look at viral stories so that we can find the self-love lessons for ourselves. And in this story, apparently a woman is the one who may be causing this issue. And so I don't want us to attack this woman. That's unacceptable because this is life and everybody is trying to do the best that they can. However, what we are going to do is we're going to look at it and see what self-love lessons for our own lives can we find in this. All right, so, all right. Wonderful. Here we go. Hold on, I gotta move my logo from in front of her face. This is the logo right here. Let me move that up. Alrighty. All right, so if you're ready, I am ready. Let me put this in the headphones and let's go.
Let me just get the door for you.
Okay. He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car. Yes.
Would you want me to open the door for you?
Look.
Are you're recording me?
Yeah. Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
You want to talk about it? I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Oh, okay.
Okay. So,
yes. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So you expect a man to go all out on the first date. Is that right?
I mean, you're supposed to. Look at, when you take out a beautiful woman and you're courting her, because I get courted. So you're courting her, right? You're supposed to take care of her. You're supposed to cover her. You're supposed to protect her, cherish her, treat her well, right?
Yeah.
I'm getting annoyed. I'm getting really annoyed. There's a lot of dust in this video. I'll break this down piece by piece. We'll go through this again.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I agree. I went into this date as I expect, with the expectations for myself, to keep you safe, you know, to respect you, to pay for your food, of course, pick you up, of course, and just treat you like a gentleman, which I believe I have done.
I mean, you've been pretty nice, but I mean,
and then
Cheesecake Factory.
I, on the other hand, have certain expectations for a girl I go out with on the first date. I expect her to be respectful too. I expect her to be cooperative, and at least, you know.
What did I do that wasn't cooperative?
Well, I mean, like, even like when we were walking to the car, you wouldn't put your hand around my arm or anything like that, or hold my hand or anything like that.
I mean, it's too early for that.
Okay.
I don't know you.
I can respect that. I can respect that. Okay. When I got to your apartment to pick you up, you didn't want to invite me in. I can respect that too. We're not
again.
Maybe
I don't
we're not
know
there
yet.
Okay.
I don't know yet.
And then, but
I mean, I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do as a woman.
But
I got myself all made
There's
up.
nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory, right?
Yes, there's a lot wrong with the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, well, look at my planner, where we were gonna go originally.
See, now that's where we should have went. All right there. Call him.
No.
What do you mean no?
See, I specifically told you both yesterday and this morning that I'd come to pick you up at 4 p.m. Right? And I got to your place at 4 p.m. You didn't even come downstairs for another hour, and so I was waiting downstairs for an hour. Right?
But I wasn't expecting for work to take me so long. I got home a little late, and like I said, I don't know you well enough to invite you up into my apartment, and that is not possible.
And that's why I'm thinking, okay, if we're not there in the relationship to, meet at your apartment, then maybe we're not ready in a relationship for such a nice, fancy restaurant as Aria. Especially if I'm paying for the whole thing, which I'm still willing to do. I would have been. Okay. But if we're late, I told you twice.
Late. It wasn't that late.
We literally left your place at the time the reservation was supposed to be. And I specifically said 4 because maybe we could get there early and even have some time to get to know each other on the way there and while we're in the parking lot. I'm waiting for a reservation.
We can still get to know each other. Isn't there another restaurant you can call that, equivalent to that?
I literally
you don't understand. Look at me. I cannot go in the Cheesecake Factory.
There's nothing wrong with
I will die. That's embarrassing.
Listen, as I said, I have very specific certain expectations for that.
No.
I can tell it's not gonna be there. And maybe we're not right for each other. So, respectfully, I'm gonna just drop you off at home.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Yeah, I'm up.
So, you just want to call it a night? Isn't there some kind of compromise or something? Ladies, can you believe this?
I'm sorry, y'all.
He was out of the parking space.
If I don't feel respected, I'm not gonna go through with the rest of the day.
Well, you are serious. You're really leaving.
Yeah. You didn't want this place anyway, right?
I understand that I was late. I understand that. I understand that I could have been a bit more cooperative. You made some good points. That's why I'm willing to compromise. Are you sure you want to go home?
I don't have a lot of rules. I don't have a lot of expectations for a first date, but I've already set them, and you've broken every one.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. We're dropping you off home.
All right, whatever. Well, I guess I understand. You gotta do what you gotta do. I understand where you're coming from.
Oh, thank goodness this is over. All right, so let's go over this piece by piece. Let me get some water, because honestly, this whole thing is just dry and dusty from beginning to end. It seems pretty real to me. I've seen a lot of skits, and this one seems pretty real. So let's go piece by piece. Let's go piece by piece. So listen.
Let me just get the door for you.
Okay.
So he says, let me get the door for you. And she's like, okay. And she's already filming. She wants everyone to know that she has her titties out on display, right? So in her mind, she's positing as if I'm not sure if she's saying that she looks high class. I'm not sure if she's saying that because she is so quote unquote pretty or sexy or whatever, that she wouldn't be caught in the Cheesecake Factory. Meanwhile, she has a body made by Burger King. I'm not going to, you know what? Let me not do that. That was inappropriate. Scratch that from the record. Let's continue. Let's continue. Let's. The first problem that I see with this is that he says, let me get the door for you. And she's like, okay. If you see that you're pulling up into the Cheesecake Factory parking lot and you know that that's not where you want to go, and he says, let me get the door for you, this is the time to bring up your concerns right then and there. Don't allow him to get out and get the door for you. The problem that I have with this most of all is that she's not being kind. And you know what? No one has to be kind, but we live in a circular world. What it is that we put out comes back to us. And she knows that if she was with a man that she really truly wanted to be with, that she wouldn't be behaving this way. And there are ways as a woman to be able to get to go where it is that you want to go. And if you two are not a good match, then there's no need for you all to be going on the date anyway. So let's do this.
Okay.
She's like, okay. She's already filming.
He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out.
And then she's like, he got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out of the car. So then why did you tell him okay for him to come around and get your door? This is the part that's confusing. You're sending out mixed signals and mixed messages. Why? Because she is wanting to exert power over him. She's wanting to flex and show how much control she has over the situation and how she can get him to jump and bend to her will. And I understand that there's a war going on out there between men and women, and everybody is jockeying to try to be on top. But why? Why? Are you seriously looking for a relationship? What type of relationship are you looking for? Are you looking for somebody to see your fun bags flowing out and get all types of ideas about how if they spend a certain amount of money, then maybe they can touch them, right? I mean, we are always communicating. We communicate with how we do our makeup, how we do our hair. My blonde hair communicates something to you all. What it communicates, everybody's going to have a different opinion about what it communicates. My black shirt and the fact that I wear the same outfit in every video, every show I do, I wear the same dress. And then I have adopted now this new t-shirt for the short videos that I do like this that are not a full show. It communicates something. To some people, it communicates based on their standards that I'm dirty. To some people, it communicates that I'm broke. I don't have change of clothes. To other people, it communicates smartness. It communicates savvy. It communicates leverage. It communicates having the foresight to know that I do not want to get caught up in the rigmarole of having to jump and dance to the whims of the people, right? Not only that, I maintain a uniform look. That's why I do it. There are many people who think many different reasons for why I maintain a uniform look in which I attempt through my actions to keep the focus on the video, not on what it is that I'm wearing, not on what the latest style is, not on any of that, right? And sometimes you all will see when I'm on my way out someplace, you see that I wear different clothes when I'm going out, but when I make my videos, I put on my uniform. Nonetheless, we are always communicating, and she is communicating something with the way in which she is presenting. She's communicating that, number one, I'm going to say something and you all are not going to like it, right? She doesn't look fit. She doesn't look like she works out. She doesn't look like she invests in strength training, cardio, or a clean diet. It doesn't look like that to me. I don't see the musculature. I don't see any of that. All I see is some titties on display and some purple lipstick with some braids that are not even freshly done, right? This is what I see. I see some oversized shades and some eyebrows darkened by what looks like some charcoal pencil. That's what it looks like to me, right? However, I'm on the outside looking in. And what I'm saying is that she is communicating some, I don't know what their interactions were like before this. I don't know where it is that he met her, where he picked her up at, and I don't know why she thought that she was going to be able to go to some fancy restaurant in attire that is going to stand out in that environment. She doesn't look like she'll stand out in the Cheesecake Factory. However, in a fancy restaurant, she would. Let's continue.
Just go. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yes.
Would you want?
And Tony is saying, no, let's not diss her. Black women's looks get picked apart enough. We're not talking about her for her looks. We're talking about her presentation, because when it's time for us to go out there into the streets, I want us as women to understand that we are communicating something with the way that we dress, the way that we do our makeup, the way that we style our hair, the color lipstick that we put on, how well our makeup matches our skin, how well we take care of our bodies, how much water it looks like we drink. I want us to pay attention to the fact that self-love is not a how much is a person going to spend on a restaurant. Self-love is first investing in yourself. And one of the first things that you do, investing in yourself, is learning that if you cannot be kind to a person, then you need to leave them alone. You need to set yourself up in such a way that you don't get some sort of power trip. And let me explain something to you all real quick. Let me just say this to you right now, please. If you are looking at female content creators who do not have any, listen, male content creators especially, and they have nothing critical to say about women and ways in which we can improve ourselves, then you are being had. They're gaslighting you, they're manipulating you, and they're pandering to you. They're telling you what it is that you want to hear, and you're looking at everybody else as if they're the problem. This woman right here, now he has some issues too when he starts talking about, when he starts talking his manosphere talking points. I can tell he's been listening to the bros, right? So he has some problems himself. However, she is the most problematic person in this car. And there's a reason why these two attracted one another. And there's also a reason why he, in a bout, I hope, of self-love and self-respect, decided to take her home. Number one, why is he picking you up at your house, dear? Number two, why are you an hour late? Listen, you could have rescheduled. You could have been kind enough to tell him. This is what I'm saying. It takes nothing from you to be kind. But there are women out there who are convinced that men like mean girls. They're convinced, yes, there's going to be a certain type of man that likes a mean girl, and that's a guy who doesn't value himself, or he's waiting it out long enough to pump and dump. Am I joking, or am I telling the truth? He's waiting it out. He's like, well, I don't have to deal with her personality. Them big old titties on display. Well, if I take her out enough times, I'll be able to touch those titties. And her personality and her disgusting way of behaving, I'm not going to have to deal with that for long, because I know there's a formula, or think that there's a formula into getting past second and third base. So If you are with a man who is enjoying that mean girl act, one, either he doesn't love himself, or two, he's just waiting it out. Or three, he's so damaged and abused by whomever taught him that that behavior was acceptable that he's just going along with it. He's like, my mama was abusive. I got mommy wounds and issues, so I'm gonna try to fix this broken bird. And he just sits there getting lambasted and abused, and then that falls into the whole self-love thing right there. So let's continue.
You want me to open the door for you? Look at you.
Then, and this is the part that makes me think that this is not a skit, because here she is. But look, oh, sorry, I don't even have the thing on the screen. My bad. Let's go back just a little bit.
Would you want me to open the door for you?
And so she doesn't get his permission to film. She's putting him out there, and look at the way he's dressed.
Look at you.
He's not even dressed up himself. Where do you all think that you're going? Sir, the restaurant couldn't have been that nice, otherwise a jacket would have been required. So there's a lot that's unknown about this scenario.
You're recording me?
Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory.
I just want you to know that Asian men in this country are the highest earners of all men, the highest earners. So I don't know what it is that this man does. I don't know how they met. I don't know anything that's going on in this scenario. All I know is that he's like, are you recording me? Which is different than I've seen in skits. This to me seems pretty real, right?
This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
And then look at her. She wants to let people know this is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all, because she feels that she has an image to maintain for the people out there, that she has a certain criteria in which she is demanding. However, how is it that she is treating herself? What is the standard that she has for herself? And the very first standard, like if you know your worth and you know that this is not the type of place that you want to go to, listen, why are you going there? There are plenty of ways to stop yourself from going there before you actually get there and then get into some embarrassing, humiliating exchange in which you are attempting to one-up this guy in the parking lot.
Problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant.
So the problem that she has is that it's a chain restaurant. I can guarantee you, with God as my witness, I can guarantee you this girl eats at chain restaurants. I can guarantee you. Judging from the lack of brilliance in her skin, judging from the lack of, and listen, I understand that there are a lot of us out there who eat fast food and eat at chain restaurants and all of that. And what it is that I'm telling you is that it shows through your skin. When I put that man's picture up in the video on the other page, on the Tonya TKO clips page, everybody was clapping. Oh, look at him. He looks bad. It shows through your skin what you put within. And I know that this girl eats fast food. I know she does. Or maybe not. But I know she does. I know there'll be, I know when she sees this video, she's going to feel attacked. And she's going to be like, well, no, I don't. I mean, say it for the gram. Yeah. Say it for the gram. Nonetheless.
Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
Actually, anybody. Anyone. There's a, listen,
You want to talk about it?
And he's like, you want to talk about it. I mean, I thought that was pretty nice of him.
I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh, yeah, I want to talk about it.
And then so she's like, yeah, I'm going to put him in his place. Yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah. Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we're going to talk about it.
So she's doing this to humiliate him. Linda is saying everybody eats fast food. She's talking about how she doesn't eat at chain restaurants, and I guarantee you that she does. I guarantee you she does. And everybody doesn't eat fast food. Everyone doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So,
yes, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So you expect a man to go all out on the first date. Is that right?
Now, I have a problem with this sentence that he's saying. Now, you expect a man to go all out on the first date. Sir, I thought you were already planning on taking her to an expensive restaurant, but she was an hour late, right? So there's some mixed messages coming from him. These two are a match made in heaven. Well, hell.
I mean, you're supposed to. Look at, when you take out a beautiful woman and you're courting her, because I get courted. So you're courting her.
How many of you all believe that she gets courted in the ways that she's pretending right now? Listen, I'm a motherfucking woman. I'm a motherfucking woman. I know. I'm a motherfucking woman. I know that for the right man, she popped that pussy for a pancake. Listen, you know I ain't lying. For the right man, she'd twirl it all around in a circle. For the right one. For the man who she is extremely physically attracted to, that has what it is that she thinks that she wants, but she's going out with this little South Asian guy that she probably don't even really like that much, and now she's trying to flex on him. But I know that for the right man, listen, and if there's anybody in here who knows what I'm saying, any woman who knows that for the right man, that even you will pop that pussy for a pancake, go put up some pancakes in the chat. I want to see the pancakes. If you know, if you wouldn't, go ahead. Or the right woman, depending on your proclivities, right? Right man or woman, for the right person, I'll say, right? If you would pop that pussy for a pancake, put some pancakes up in the chat. I want to see some pancakes now. Let me see. Come on, let's see these pancakes. If not, you could just put up a 0. Let's see. Because I know when I've been about it, that there was no doubt about it. Listen. Listen. Let me see them. Nobody's gonna. Okay, I see some pancakes. Oh, okay. All right, I see some pancakes. Listen. For some of these broad back brolic brothers out here, I know because there is a man out there who has the right formula. That ain't no questions asked. I know. There is I know. See? Look, Vicky Calcho, I don't see you voting. I want to see either your pancakes or a 0. Yes, listen. For the right man, I know. In my bout it days, listen, I know because I have been there. Let me tell you. When I was in Japan, oh my gosh, I was in Roppongi. And there was this man, when he walked, oh my God, when he moved, I moved just like that. He was moving so fast. He had on these bell-bottom jeans. They were slim in the waist, and he had a big cobra back. And I sped walked through Roppongi to find out where he was from. Oh my God, was this man gorgeous? And he said he was from Brazil. He didn't speak English though, but my God, he was. Uh, so I know that there's the right formula of man out there. I know that there's the right formula of man or woman, depending on your proclivities, that there's the right formula that exists out there. That you'll throw caution to the wind, have yourself ride in the damn Q train to Brighton Beach just to see the sunset with him. I know, I know, I know. So nonetheless, so she can flex on him if she wants to. Like I get courted. Listen, every woman out there done been flipped around, turned upside down for a man really who wasn't all of that, but there was something about him that just invigorated your spirit. And you went along with it to see what would happen. Or because you wanted to make something happen. Listen, I know. I know. I know. I know. Oh my goodness. His body. Whoo. Oh my gosh. That man, I still haven't forgotten just that cobra shaped back. I wonder whatever happened to him. My. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. But I wasn't as bold then. But you know what? I will tell you something. It was in missed opportunities like that when I did, because you know what? Look you know how rare it is to find a person that just charges your libido from the inside out. It was from situations like that when the right situation presented itself again and I was more grown enough to do the damn thing, that I took my opportunity because we're going to do it anyway, right? I wanted to do it with somebody that just made me melt. From the inside out, just made me melt. Man. There's nothing like that crazy love. Who sang that song? Was it Rome? Nonetheless, let's get back to the video. And someone is saying, I'm too pretty to have devil ears. Listen, these be the ones, listen, that you look out for. Let's go forward. So yes, it is very rare. So that's what I'm saying. Ladies, have your fun. Life is too short, and when you're old and gray and wrinkled up, like I showed you all that picture of how these people tried to play me, talking about how my older self would look. You want to look back on your life and have lived. If you haven't gone to the other channel, it's www. Oh, you know what? Let me just grab it from. Oh no, it's not in there. Here, youtube.com/@ Tonya TKO clips. That's where I put the short videos and the videos that I do on TikTok and stuff like that. So you can go to that channel and watch. All right, let's go forward.
Right? You're supposed to take care of her. You're supposed to cover her. You're supposed to protect her, cherish her, treat her well, right?
Yeah.
And so this is a lot. Little bitch, you know why you put them pancakes up. You better stop it. You know why you put them pancakes up. Don't try to play coy now. Go ahead. Listen. He doesn't know you. He's supposed to cover you and protect you and cherish you and all of these things until his dying breath and all of that. He doesn't know you. People have to get to know one another. He doesn't know you from a can of paint. These things come with time, but we're entering into the first date with expectations of people behaving the way they would in a long-term committed monogamous relationship. And she's just, it sounds like she's just speaking things that she's heard someplace. It's like, come on, a first date, he's supposed to protect, provide, cover, and all this other stuff. He doesn't know you to cherish you. He can cherish you as a human being, but he doesn't know you.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I agree. I went into this date as I expect, with the expectations for myself.
someone is commenting, Miss Ziola is saying, I don't like Cheesecake Factory either. The food is not good to me. However, you hit, and it went by too fast. All right. You don't have to like the Cheesecake Factory. Nobody has to like anything. There's some places that people try to take me that I don't go. And I just tell them I don't eat there. I don't eat there. I have a particular diet that I follow. I don't eat at certain restaurants. And if a person tries to take me to one of those restaurants, I can give them a different suggestion. We can go somewhere else. But because I'm coming in my own ride, I don't have this situation with being in the car with them where I don't know where we're going before we get there.
To keep you safe,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
to respect you,
Mm-hmm.
to pay for your food, of course, pick you up, of course,
Mm-hmm.
and just treat you like a gentleman, which I believe I have done.
I mean, you've been pretty nice, but I mean,
and then
Cheesecake Factory.
I, on the other hand, have certain expectations for a girl I go out with on the first date. I expect her to be respectful too. I expect her to be cooperative.
Now, this word right here, cooperative, first of all, this is a first date. Why would any woman be cooperating? I mean, a person cooperating with what? She doesn't know your program. She doesn't know you. You are a stranger. Cooperate in what sense? These are these manosphere keywords, these dog whistles, right?
And at least, you know,
What did I do that wasn't cooperative?
First of all, you just said that you're not getting out of the car after he said he was going to come around and get your door for you. That's not cooperative. What about...
well, I mean, like, even like when we were walking to the car, you wouldn't put your hand around my arm or anything.
So he wanted her to put her arm inside of his as they walked to the car. And she was like, well, I don't know you well enough to do that. Meanwhile, put up them pancakes. Put up them pancakes. You know what I'm saying. Come on.
That or hold my hand or anything like that.
I mean, it's too early for that.
Okay.
I
yeah,
don't know
and
you.
I can respect that. I can respect that.
Okay.
When I got to your apartment to pick you up, you didn't want to invite me in. I can respect that too. We're not
Again.
maybe
I don't
we're not
know
there
yet.
Okay.
I don't know yet.
And then, but
I mean, I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do as a woman.
But
I got myself all made
nothing
up.
wrong with the Cheesecake Factory, right?
Yes, there's a lot wrong with the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay. Well, look at my planner where we were gonna go originally.
See, now that's where we should have went. All right.
Yeah, so then now she's tapping on his phone talking about that's where we should have went. So now instead of just, I mean, listen, if she was hanging out with her girls and her girls pulled up to the Cheesecake Factory, is she going to act like this? No. I mean, he's a human being. Why not treat him like a human being? Have a conversation with him. If this is not where you want to go, then make a suggestion to go someplace else. Or you volunteer to go back home. But what she's trying to do is she's trying to finagle a more expensive place to go, but she doesn't have the finesse to be able to do that for a man who values himself, who loves himself.
Right there. Call him.
No.
And now she's like trying to give commands, call him, because she's trying to punk him. And she's trying to let the people know online, look, I can be hard, I can be disrespectful, I can be uncooperative, I can be unfriendly, and I can still get him to jump in line. Why is all of this needed? If you got to be this type of person, like if this is an act that you feel that you have to put on for a person, why go through all of this? Why even go out at all? Why? Is this the dynamic that you want in a relationship where a man has to wrestle the good person out of you? Like a man who values himself is not going to do this. A man who loves himself is going to love himself enough to know that he deserves to be in the company of a person who at least cares about him as a human being. At least. Because if she was with people who she cherished, she wants him to cherish her. However, if she was with people that she cherished, if her granny pulled up to the Cheesecake Factory and was like, come on, baby, come on out to the Cheesecake Factory with Granny, you think she's going to be there like, no, Grandma, this is a chain restaurant? No. If she cherished the person, she would get out of the car and go to the Cheesecake Factory or make another suggestion to a different place, and then she would pay and she would take care of Granny. But this right here to me is unbelievable.
What do you mean now?
See, I specifically told you both yesterday and this morning that I'd come to pick you up at 4 p.m. Right? And I got to your place at 4 p.m. You didn't even come downstairs for another hour, and so I was waiting downstairs.
So she looks shocked there while he's expressing that she didn't come down for an hour, and I get
I understand,
for an hour, right?
But I wasn't expecting for work to take me so long. I got home a little late, and like I said, I don't know you well enough to invite you up into my apartment.
And you don't have to invite anybody up to your apartment. He shouldn't even know where your apartment is at all. That's number one. If you're running late from work, communicate that. Why is he outside your apartment waiting for an hour? Let him know I'm still working. Don't come just yet. Or let's reschedule. Or do you want to wait? Or, you know what, I'll meet you at the restaurant or something else. What is it that she has done to at least apologize for the inconvenience of having him wait for an hour? It's like we expect to be abusive to people we expect to give people our ass to kiss while them looking for our wrist to kiss. I don't know this is unbelievable to me. What has she done to at least let him know? So we had phone calls coming in earlier today where women were talking about how does a man know when you're not interested? What has she done to really let this man know that she is interested? What is the energy that she is giving him? As a human being, as a woman, would you tolerate this from another woman? Let's say there's a woman you really wanted to be her friend. She was mad cool and she started acting like this. The thing is that the real you always comes out. You can't hide who it is that you are. So even if she's behaving this way with him, this is a part of her personality. This would be a person in your friend group. How long before that starts bleeding over onto you? How long before she starts acting like this with you? If somebody knows this guy, can't let him know that I would talk to him on the show. If somebody knows him or knows how to get in touch with him, I'll talk to him on the show. Her too, as a matter of fact.
And that is not possible.
And that's why I'm thinking, okay, if we're not there in the relationship to, meet at your apartment, then maybe we're not.
So now he's fucking up, right? Now he's fucking up. If we're not there in the relationship to meet at your apartment, then maybe we're not there to be able to go to this expensive restaurant. Say what, Raj? What is that now? What? Huh. He's letting it be known. This is what I'm saying. These two attracted one another because they are of similar vibration. She's trying the toxic black women's empowerment, so-called empowerment talking points, and he's doing the red pill, quote unquote, empowerment talking points, and now they're butting up head against one another, each trying to see who can flex on the other one the best.
Not ready in a relationship for such a nice fancy restaurant as Aria, especially if I'm paying for the whole thing, which I'm still willing to do. I would have been, but if we're late, I told you twice.
It wasn't that late.
We literally left your place at the time the reservation was supposed to be. And I specifically said 4 because maybe we could get there early and even have some time to get to know each other on the way there and while we're in the parking lot.
I mean,
I'm waiting for a reservation.
we can still get to know each other. Isn't there another restaurant you can call that, like, you know, the equivalent to that?
So see now, what's happening is he showed her the name of a restaurant that she knows and likes and wants to go to, right? So now she's like, can't we go to a place that's the equivalent of that? It's like she doesn't even know how to flex on a man, right? She doesn't even know. She doesn't know the real true flex. The real true flex would have been to come out tastefully dressed and dressed like money, conservatively dressed and showing, you know how they say dress for the job that you want, not the job that you have, dress for the restaurant that you want to go to. She looks like Cheesecake Factory. She looks like, what's the name of this place? Dirk on it. I wish I could remember the name of it. I can't remember. But she looks like BBQs. That's what she looks like. She looks like, she doesn't look like, she doesn't, like, let me tell you, if she were dressed in a different way, right? If she were dressed in a tasteful, conservative dress, and you know what? Listen, I am not a conservative woman. I'm flashy. I'm out there. I'm loud. I'm all of these things, right? But what I'm saying is that if there's a certain air that you want to purport, if you want to signify money, then there's certain ways in which money moves. Now, there are women who are scantily clad who hang out with men who have money, but these are not the women who are long-term women. These are women who, you know, it's a race against time. You know, like the arms race when everybody was trying to see who could get nuclear power. It's like a race against time, an arms race where one person trying to see who can use the other one the fastest. And I am not body shaming. I am not respectability politicking. What I'm doing is I'm talking to you about how to flex. If you want to flex, the flex, like you have to think long game. It starts long before you get in the car. It starts with how you carry yourself. It starts with the standard that you have for yourself. It starts with how you treat yourself.
I mean,
I
you
literally
don't
just said,
understand. Look at me. I cannot go in the Cheesecake Factory.
there's nothing wrong with
I
that.
will die. That's
Okay.
embarrassing.
Listen,
Embarrassing to who? Embarrassing to who? There are superstars that go into the Cheesecake Factory. Who is it embarrassing to? Who is looking at you that you, so see that this is part of the problem. Everybody thinks that they're an influencer. Everybody thinks that they're a big deal because they have a phone, because now our smartphones have brought productions into our pockets. And now everybody thinks that they're a big effing deal. And who's going to be embarrassed if you go to the damn Cheesecake Factory, girl?
as I said, I have very specific certain expectations for that.
No.
I can tell it's not gonna be there.
So you all are trying to, I mean, it looks like a Fashion Nova fit to me. Or Temu. That's what it looked like to me. Fashion Nova or Temu. Well, even Fashion Nova, it looks more like Temu to me.
And maybe we're not right for each other. So respectfully, I'm gonna just drop you off at home.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Yeah.
And then so now it seems like this is not what she was expecting. So he respectfully said he's going to drop her off at home. Now, you see, women like this don't seem to ever be happy until a man gets belligerent. This man was very nice to her, very nice with her, respectful, and all of that. He didn't say, get the F out my car in this parking lot B. He didn't say any of that. He said, I'm going to take you back home. And she's like, oh, no, he didn't. Look. Oh, no, he didn't.
Off at home.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Oh, no, he didn't. When you love and value yourself, you don't play these type of games. You want to go out or you want to go home. Which one is it? Because if you don't want to be there, right, and you want to do something else, like you don't want to be with him, so go be with yourself. The real flex would have been like if she really didn't want to be with him, just go get on your rideshare app, have a car pull up right next to you, get into the car and go about your business. Why does he have to tell you that he's taking you home? This is what I'm saying. This is contradictory. She wants to stay out, but she's acting, what is the word? Gosh, all the words are escaping me today. Look, we have a few more moments that we need to break down in this video. We're going to take a quick break. There's going to be some codes on the screen. You can support the broadcast by sending an Apple through. And get up. This is going to be a movement break where you get to get up and move your body. Oh. And there's going to be some QR codes on the screen. Click on one of those to send a Cash App or a PayPal or a credit card payment through. The Cash Apps and PayPals are red on screen. I'll see you in about 3 minutes. All right, welcome back in, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, we have returned, and I'm going to read the Cash Apps and the PayPal in a second. So Kaylee sends in $2 for support. Thank you so much, Kaylee. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So we're going to get back to this video and just finish this up real quick. Oh, wow. The time has really gone. I didn't know it was so late. All right. All right. So, you know, and it's like people are always trying to go viral out here. So who knows what's the real deal? You know what I mean? Oh, my gracious. Where's my thing? Here it is. So she still wants to stay out with him, but why? Why? I don't understand. Uche? Oh, no. Uche is the name of that guy on Love is Blind. Well, Uche sends $10 for support. Thank you, Uche. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. All right. So let's continue forward with this boondoggle here. Let's go.
Yeah. How about?
So you just want to call it a night?
So now, see, when you're in high demand, when you value your time, you are happy to either be with yourself or move on to other plans that you have. I thought you get courted. So where's all those people that are courting you? Get out the car right there and tell one of them to send a ride for you. Since it's all of that, because at the end of the day, you're single for a reason. And if you are sincerely trying to find somebody who's a good match for you, why do this whole horse and pony show? Why do all of this?
I mean, isn't there some kind of compromise or something?
Now, all of a sudden, she want to compromise. Look at her face. She look worried. What compromise is there, girl? You don't want to be out with him. The compromise was that he waited an hour for you. The compromise was that he first of all, didn't value his time enough to not leave the moment you were 15 minutes late. Now, I bet you good and goddamn well that if he had left 15 minutes after waiting, that she wouldn't be acting like this the next time if he went out with her. If. But he didn't value his time. And so this is a rolling edit. This is a rolling edit of just stacking upon previous conversations, previous behaviors. It's just rolling. And she's looking for the boundary. She's looking for, where does my abuse stop and his self-respect starts? And I know there's going to be some people out there who are like, oh, Tonya, you a mammy or pick me because I'm criticizing a woman. But this is an opportunity for you to look at yourself, to see how you're showing up and behaving out there. And if you are flexing on people, disrespecting them so that you can see where their self-respect starts and your abuse stops, I urge you to look at yourself to see what you can do differently on the inside. Because this right here, this is not it. This is not self-love. This is not self-love. This could have been averted long before you even got into this parking lot. This is unbelievable to me.
Ladies, can you believe this?
Yes, I can.
He just pulled out of the parking space.
So she's used to people who endure her abuse. I can imagine that maybe she grew up in an environment in which people were abusive to her. And so she thinks that it is viable to be abusive to people and have them still want to stay around you. Because she had to stay around her mama or her papa, whoever was abusive to her as a young lady. So she's like, oh, wait, people will leave me when I'm abusive? Yeah, as they should. As they should. I advocate for all people to love themselves. And staying around a person who is being abusive to them is not love, not self-love. Waiting an hour for a person who's not communicating with you is not self-love. Your time is valuable. Your time is valuable, young lady, and his time is valuable as well. You're not better than him because you hold the pussy. The pussy may be something that he wants, yes. However, the pussy needs to be attached to a complete and total package. I don't want to be like, oh, you're the total package. I'm talking about the pussy is a part of a package. What is your whole entire existence about besides just, oh, I hold the pussy and I look good to myself at least, right? What else is there about you that is conducive to a healthy relationship? And you see, listen, other channels on the internet that are talking about their empowering and uplifting Black women, lying to you is not uplifting you. Talking to you about doing the internal work to make sure that you're showing up as a decent human being, that's empowerment right there. Yes, love yourselves. This right here, this behavior is not self-love. It's not. Now she looking silly. faces is now drooped. She's like, we can't compromise. Meanwhile, if it was the other way around, we would be clapping and applauding. Like how Eartha Kitt was like, compromise for what? I think that in healthy relationships, people come to a compromise. In a healthy relationship, when there's a disagreement, no one party should be able to get everything that they want while the other party gets nothing that they want. Each person has to come to the middle and see what it is that they are willing to compromise with.
If I don't feel respected, I am not gonna go through with the rest of the day.
Well,
now look at her. She looks so disappointed. He said, if I don't feel respected, then I'm not going to go through with the rest of the date. Look at her.
well.
Look, she looks, I see regret right here in her face. I see sorrow. Like, I didn't expect for this to happen. And the thing about it that is probably most hurtful to her is that he didn't become belligerent. He didn't get out of pocket to give her some good content so that she could be like, oh, you see what these are, fuck that. He was very kind, very respectful, and just said, you know what, I don't feel respected. I'm going to take you back home. He took her back home. He didn't put her out the car and throw dollar bills at her for her to catch a cab with. He's taking her back home. What more can you expect from a person? Yeah, she looks dejected, for real.
I mean, you are serious. You're really leaving.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't want this place anyway, right?
I mean...
Now she talking low. All that bass done left her voice, and the camera is now shaking in her hands. I guess maybe because the car is moving or whatever. But the bass is out of her voice now. Now she's talking soft, and she's like, I mean... This is why I don't think that this is a skit. I really thought that she felt that she was going to flex on him and he was going to be like, all right, baby, anything that you want, let's go. And if he would have done that, he would have been doing that just to hang around long enough to be able to get the puss and then go. I'm serious. Look.
You are serious. You're really leaving.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't want this place anyway, right?
I mean...
So you're all dressed up, girl. You're used to being courted, girl. If you want to stay out, why are you letting him take you back home? If I went out with a person and I wanted to stay out, he's not going to take me back home. I just say, okay, you know what, pull over. You know what, just pull right here. I'm going to call an Uber and I'm going to get to going. I'm going to go to Chez Ari's. I mean, why? None of this makes any sense to me.
I mean, I understand that I was late. I understand that.
Now she sounds apologetic. I understand that I was late. I understand that. Really? Do you understand the rudeness? Do you understand how you were being not necessarily belligerent, but there's a word for it. It's not belligerent, but there's something. Do you understand that? You're like, I understand I was late. But what about that whole turning the camera on him and making a public spectacle of him for content for your viewers? This is what I'm saying. There's a lot of hurt people out there. There are a lot of hurt women who are salivating to see, like people in the Coliseum salivating to see a man hurt. And I understand that when we have been hurt, that sometimes it feels good to see a person get vengeance. This is what is so romantic to many Christians about Christianity. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. Really? You worshiping a person who's vengeful? Oh my gracious, that sounds terrible. No wonder we get into these toxic relationships when we worship a God that exhibits toxic characteristics.
I understand.
So look her face. This is why
I understand that I was late. I understand that.
Look, all of the big haughty pride has now been been depleted from her. It's drained out. Where was all of that? Cheesecake Factory, y'all. You better come on. All of this now she's talking soft.
Understand that I could have been a bit more cooperative.
Now she's talking about how she could have been a bit more cooperative. This is what I'm saying. If you gonna be bout it, be bout it. You all remember on my other channel, on the other channel, there was a video that I put up with this Russian chick, right? And the Russian chick she was on 90 Day Fiance. I'm trying to find the video real quick for you all, just so that you can see. Here's the display channel here. So it was a video that I put up, and it was this one right here.
Lately, one way I've been able to help keep my mental health a priority has been through therapy using BetterHelp. After graduating college,
all right, constantly trying to this. Do you remember this?
When Passport Brothers goes wrong.
Get something more expensive. George and I need to have a talk about money. He made me a lot of promises, and now I'm here, and he's not coming through.
All right, so you all remember that. Look, if you're going to be about it, be about it. You think that this woman, do you think that you would have ever seen that woman apologize? I want you to hear when he says, if I didn't have money, you wouldn't be with me. And she's like, I don't know what's the matter about that. Here.
So you're basically saying that you're just dating me because I can buy you things.
Yes?
That's not right. I don't think that's love.
What?
So basically you're saying if I can't provide, I'm worthless to you.
I don't understand what's wrong about it.
And she says, I don't understand what's wrong about it. So if you're going to be about it, don't take the bass out of your voice. If you're going to be a full-time dominatrix or whatever it is that you think you're doing, go all the way in. Don't turn back now, sis. Do it with your whole chest. Why are you talking about compromise now? I understand
I understand that I could have been a bit more cooperative. You made some good points. That's why I'm willing to compromise.
Now all of a sudden she wants to compromise. I understand I could have been a little early. I'm willing to compromise. Cheesecake Factory was the compromise according to him. He has Shay Aries on the original agenda. You didn't come down in time. So the compromise was the Cheesecake Factory. And she decided to shit on that. Now all of a sudden the bass has drained from her voice. But do you think that Russian woman would have backed down? It's like, if you're going to be about it all the way. Don't be half about it. Or a quarter about it.
Are you sure you want to go home?
Now look at her. She's like, are you sure you want to go home? Now the power has left your hands. If you want the power that bad, know why you want the power and what it is that you are willing to do to get and keep that power. If you are willing to walk away for that power, you need to be ready, willing, and able to walk away. Listen, money doesn't act like this. These are these nouveau fake nouveau riche, the fake ones. This isn't even real. This isn't money. Money doesn't behave this way. If this man was in Silicon Valley, you think any of them Silicon Valley millionaires are worried about who's going to look at them funny in the Cheesecake Factory? No, because their self-worth is not surrounded by what type of restaurant they go to. Their self-worth is not dictated by what people on the internet think about where they're going on a date. Their self-worth is not attached to that. Listen, I was out there in Playa Vista, California when I lived in my car. Playa Vista is the new Silicon Valley of California. This is where the YouTube studio and all of these big studios are down there, these tech giants. There is money all around over there. And money doesn't act like this. And it's like, if you are going to be money, be money. Stand in your convictions of money. Because I know me, listen, My wallet is heavy. And when Tonya gets to pulling out her wallet, oh, things start to move. And it doesn't move like this. When I get to pulling out my wallet and making the moves that I mother effing need to make, it doesn't look like this. It doesn't look like begging and pleading at the end. It looks like, stop right here. First of all, it looks like me not even being in your car, first of mother effing all. That's what that looks like. It looks like me making moves for myself and having a good time with myself, or having people who like me and care about me enough on deck that if I'm in a part of town and I am suddenly free, that I don't have to have tears welling up in the corners of my eyes because I'm being taken back home. Not after I done flexed for an hour and 45 minutes. No. I'll call up one of my girls. Hey, Reese. Or I'll make a different type of phone call. You want to meet up here? Look, I'm down on 25th. Oh, I'm in Brooklyn. I'm in Dumbo. Where you at? It doesn't look like, can't we compromise? No. Because with the same haughtiness that you were talking about, you can't be seen in the Cheesecake Factory, well, go to the places that you can be seen then. Where your peoples are, because apparently paparazzi is waiting for you in the Cheesecake Factory to take pictures and be like, oh, you see where she, oh, she body girl, come on. That's what money looks like. Money looks like making moves for you, not to try to flex for the gram or to try to make yourself look hot for TikTok. Come on.
I don't have a lot of rules. I don't have a lot of expectations for a first date, but I've already set them.
Now look, she's like, he's gonna take me home. And she's feeling regret now. And now he's the one talking big. Now he's the one with sentence back to back. Because he's given up now at this point. Let me ask you a question. If they decide to go out again, right? First of all, who do you think is gonna make the first phone call after this? You think he's gonna make the first phone call, or you think she's gonna make the first phone call? Because if you know, like I know, and what the Census Bureau is saying, those East Asian men are carrying, they're holding. And so she probably knows that he has money. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. So, I mean, he doesn't have an accent from abroad. Sounds like he was born in this country. He may be a doctor or in tech himself. So she probably knows that he got a little bit of money. So now this is her bad, her loss now. Because she's not holding in the same way that he's holding. He could probably replace her very easily. And she overestimated her worth in this dynamic. She overestimated what it is that she felt that she was bringing to the table. Some big titties and disrespect. Apparently, he didn't think that touching the titties was worth dealing with the disrespect.
And you've broken everyone.
Oh
so,
my God.
I'm sorry. We're dropping you off home.
And the thing is that you can hear now he doesn't even really want to drop her off, but he has to stand on his principles because he's saying that he doesn't have many boundaries, but she's broken all of them. He doesn't even want to drop her back off. But she has now taken this to the public, put his face out there, and now he has his little cojones to hold on to in this situation.
All right, whatever. Well.
Now look, all right, whatever. Well, I just want you to see her face. Please, just take a look at her face. Please, look. Does this look like a person who is happy about the fact that she has ruined her date? I mean, like if you're going to take your ovaries outside your body and beat them up against somebody, do it with full conviction. Have steel ovaries and stand on that. Don't back down now. Don't back down now.
I mean, I guess I understand. You got to do what you got to do.
So now she's like, I understand you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, this is unbelievable. Look, she's quiet. She got nothing to say. All you hear is that thing clicking. Click, 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 click. And that's that. And that's that. Now, she looking out the window forlorn. Look, titties not sitting high no more. Look, now they like bloop, bloop. Look, I just want you to see. Look. Oh, hold on. Let me make this larger. Look. They like bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop. Look, bloop, bloop. Now, she doesn't have anything to say. And I am low-key embarrassed for her. Actually, no, I'm not. This is exactly this. She is getting less than it is that she deserves. She deserved that same energy that she put out there. So she's not even getting what it is that she deserved. Thank you all for bringing this video to my attention. I want to, and listen. I don't want us to make fun of her because it is not about her. It is really about looking at how we traverse through life. I want us to take what are the lessons that we have learned for ourselves from this situation, please. I want you all to take me, look, like I said, I have not been to the Cheesecake Factory since I was in college, but it's not about the Cheesecake Factory. It's about common human decency at this point. It's about common human decency, about being a good person, about doing unto others as you would have them do unto you. Now, you see, I'm going to tell you what happens. And I had to have a conversation with a young person very recently. This person was 12, talking about they were in a quote unquote toxic relationship. They thought it was cute to talk about this toxic relationship that they said that they were in. And I started asking them some questions, and the young person felt like they were on the spot and they didn't want to talk. They wanted to hold it bottled up inside. And I had to tell this young person, I said, listen, I said, use your words. You use your words, because when you learn to use your words and that is your standard, you don't accept anything less than that. I said, you're talking about being in a toxic relationship because there are things about that, right, that you recognize in yourself. But when you train yourself to use your words, you will not be able to tolerate when somebody else is not using theirs. And I had to explain this to this young person. And because I was questioning the young person, why the young person was standing there, you know, all angry and frustrated looking, and they didn't want to use their words. And I went into life coach mode. And by the end of it, I was able to get the young person to use their words, and I found out some things about them and how they were perceiving things, because you have to remember that children perceive things with a child's mind. They don't have the rationale of an adult. And for most of us, for all of us, we are walking around out here with the programming that was subconsciously placed into us in childhood, so that we are using the rationale of a child. I mean, shout out to the ladies who were in my coaching group behind the scenes. Shout out to the sister circle. You don't have to say who you are, but shout out to you all. Shout out, shout out. Shout out. Right? And so there will be times where, even just in coaching, just talking out loud, that you'll hear yourself say something and you'll be like, wow, I can't believe that was my programming. And even as you say it out loud, you're like, if this has ever happened to you, put up the number one. Put up the number one if you've ever just spoken something out loud and realized that it was flawed just from speaking it out loud. And so we're all walking around with programming that was programmed into us under the age of 9, because the critical filter begins to build up around the age of 9. Before that, everything we take as truth. This is how we were able to believe in the tooth fairy and the Easter bunny and these old and Santa coming down a chimney, even though you live in an apartment building and ain't no chimney. Okay, let's see. So Janice, Tijuana, Lady Flower, Aretha, exactly. There are times where we will just be like, wait a minute, I didn't even know that that was in there. Why do I think this way? Why do I think that way? Yeah, like there have been times where I've been broadcasting and I've caught myself in being like, oh, you know what? That doesn't make any sense. Like, no, why do I do that? Yeah. And then change immediately. I changed it immediately. There were about 2 times that happened to me, right? One of those times was when I made this video about the Nigerians, white identified Nigerians, and I was like, you're motherfucking monkey ass, right? That's what I said. And people were like, you know, that's not sensitive. I figured because we're all black, you know, it doesn't even matter. But when I think of monkey, I think of somebody just monkeying around, right? And then I said, yeah, you know what? There's no need for that. There are other ways to put it. And I was like, nope. Because I have to remember and I have to take into account that for years, the programming has been on the main scene that Africans have flies in their eyes and big bellies and all of this other stuff. So I can see how a person would be offended by even a black person talking about they monkey ass business or whatever the case may be, right? And so there'll be times that you just have to catch yourself because there are things that are hidden in there that we don't even realize until we say it out loud and catch ourselves or somebody else catches us. So nonetheless, and lesser than none, right? Nonetheless and lesser than none. And breaking says, yeah, that's a common euphemism. Yeah, but still, you know, people were sensitive to it. And I said, okay, I respect your sensitivity. And I just switched it up. So we're walking around out here with programming from our childhood. And we have got to do the internal work. We've got to do the work to shift our perception, to shift our way of being. Otherwise, it just stays. So nonetheless, listen, I want to see what your self-love lessons are from today's video. I want to see what the self-love lessons are. What about this in this video resonated with you in such a way that you will move differently in a mode of self-love? And what is that? I want to hear. Come on, let's see these self-love lessons. Type SLL so I'll know that you're putting up the self-love lesson. Oh, I forgot to check the apples. I you know what? Since I've started making videos again, I have not. Hold on. Look at this. Look at this apple right here. I told a guy I was vegan and he found a vegan restaurant I hadn't been to, and he was an absolute gentleman. He was also married, so we didn't get a second date, but very considerate. I don't even know what to say. So here, so Uche says, I'm the good Uche, not like the one on Love is Blind. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. All right, self-love lesson. Be honest with myself about what I want on a date and be considerate, respectful enough to communicate it appropriately. Communication is key. Be humble. So you're telling yourself to be humble and sit down because you're talking about yourself. So go ahead. You be humble and sit down then. Continue to exude grace and poise. Okay. Okay. All right. Monique says, stop dating losers and be around real winners. So when we do our self-love lessons, I want you to talk about what it is that you do want. the direction that you do want to go in, not what you don't want. I am grateful for kindness and generosity in all forms. I am attracting what I radiate, so I put my best foot out there. I love it. I love it. SLL, boundaries are important. Walk away from those who continuously overstep them. Okay, let's talk about what we do want. Always have my vex money. Okay, okay. All right, bottom line, treat others as I want to be treated, even if I am the prize. I am showing others the grace that I extend myself. Yes, beautiful. Beautiful. Man wanted to take me to eat Mexican food when I hate Mexican food. LOL. They don't even ask what the F your diet is. It's 2023, shaking my head. Well, then don't go into the Mexican place. Ask, where are we going? Communicate. Like, that makes sense, right? Oh, where are we going to eat? And when you get there, if it's a place that you don't want to go, then make a second plan. But you shouldn't be in his car. You need to be meeting people at these restaurants. So there's no where you taking us, because he could be taking you to the woods. All right. I will only date those whose interests and expectations align with mine. Beautiful. I love that. Love myself enough to always keep a way home in my purse. I will be mindful of how I want to be perceived by others and be sure to act as such. I put myself together to go out, make sure to have an attitude to match, and my own money in my bag. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So let's go ahead and get out of here. I'm tired now at this point. I'm tired. I broadcasted many, many hours today. Many hours today. So I appreciate all of the people who sent apples to support the show. Oh, Christine sends $20 for support. Thank you, Christine. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Let me check the PayPal. And then after that, I'm going to give my self-love lessons, and then I'm going to get out of here. Where is the PayPal? Here it is. Drive my own car on a date? Absolutely. I don't know what was going on in this. She should have never been in that car. There's nothing new in the PayPal. So let's go ahead and let me give the self-love lessons that I picked up on from this video. All right. Listen, go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And I'd say part of loving myself, the lesson that I learned from today's video is I honestly learned about how the love I have for myself extends outward to other people. So that I know, because I love myself, that I treat other people with kindness. I know, because I love myself, that I only accept kindness in return. And I know that I love myself, and I expect other people to only accept kindness as well. I attract people who love themselves, who accept only kindness from others. And on that note, I will see you all in the next video. Good night, you all. Good night. Good night. Good night.